Hi there, and welcome back again to this beginner's guide series to PixelLab. In our last video, I was showing you how to make use of uh, the tool interface of the PixelLab. The first thing we looked at is the default interface, and after that we looked at the text interface. Then we are now on this object or tool interface. And the last time in that last video, I was able to show you the functions of other these six tools. And I have to cut that video very short because of the video I made. I mean the second video in this series, where it was about 35 minutes. To me, that was too long for a start, so I just have to make this one as short as possible. That's why I said I wanted to continue this part, this other part of the object tool in a new video. Um, Welcome back again, Oluwadrotimi here. If you're here to subscribe to my channel, I want you to go ahead and do that now, and hit the bell icon so that you get notified anytime I drop videos like this in the future. So without wasting much of your time, let's go straight in. So I said the moment you are working on objects apart from text, we have text, then we have object. The moment you're working on objects except text, then you must come to this interface. For instance, if these are objects, the image here, everything here, they are object. If you're working with this object and you are on this interface, I bet you nothing is going to happen. There won't be any editing area here or option to edit or work on this object. Even if you come at this text interface, all you have is a text and quote. You have option to import quote from PixelLab already. So you can see we have different options. I don't remember showing you this we're talking about the text option, but we have options here. If you want to import quotes, we have motivation quotes. Okay, you have the option to change it to French, but we're using English, so you can change. You have motivation, we have success quotes. So if you want to talk about success, we have different quotes there. We have friendship quotes, happiness, inspiration, prosperity, positivity, and absurd. So all you need to do is just to select the ones you want, then click on that quote here. I think I'll go with this one. I love deadlines. I like the woozy sound they make as they fly by. So click on that and boom, it has been imported. All you need to do is just to go ahead and start editing. So that being said, let's go back to where we are. So if you're working on, you only have two options. If you come to the text interface, you need to be able to edit any of these elements, you have to be on the um, object interface. Okay, the object interface. Then you can, if you click on the object interface, and also I remember mentioning that if you need to work on anything, you need to click on that thing. Okay, click on it before you can, before this option, before you see this one, because if you click out, for example, you only have 6 options, but if you click on this like this, we have different options to select from. Okay, so the first option there is edit. That means if you want to edit this particular object, for instance, if I don't want this arrow, I want to edit it, I can quickly click on edit here, then click on edit. Oh, what happened? My PixelLab closed. Okay, let me reopen it. Oh yes. So I can click on it, then we'll come back to the sorry about that. I don't know what happened. My PixelLab just closed up. So click on edit. Wow. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's try again. Let me select other objects, and let's just select other objects and click on edit. Okay, maybe this one does not want to edit. I don't know why. This is the first time I'm seeing it. So maybe in our next video I'm going to show you why that thing pops up. So all you need to do is just to click on the object you want to edit. Let me even delete this since it's not going to be editable. So just click on that. Let me try this one. Click on edit. It's editable now. What about this? Okay, it's not editing. Don't know why. Maybe I'm going to show you in the next videos. So let me delete you also. So we have options. When you click on that, you have option, and there's another thing I think I need to show you maybe in a separate video. If you click on normal object, you have the option to edit. Did you see that? To edit, the option to edit. But when you click on images, that is pictures, you see that option to edit will change to reselect. Okay, I will explain that in the next in couple of let me say next video. Okay, just remind me in the comment section. So we have edit. So when we click on edit here, oh, this one is not showing also. Wow, let me delete it as well. Okay, let me start working on this and this and this. So we have edit. When you click on edit, you have option to come back and reselect it. Oh, I mean, I'm able to figure out why the pixel was closing, but I'm going to explain it in a separate video, not in this video. Okay, so you have option to select other shapes, other shapes instead of that arrow. You see that? You see that? Same thing with this. Let me click OK. Same thing with this cycle. We can click on edit and select anything we want. Let me select a semi-cycle. You see that? That is the edit button, what it does. So the next one we have is to delete. If you have been following me very well, you discover that I've used the delete button very well. So we have the option to delete. You can delete anything we have here. You can delete it. You see that? You can delete everything. You can just select it, click on delete, select it, click on delete. Okay, that is delete. And the next thing we have here is to crop. If you want to crop this particular image, just click on that, and we can crop it to a particular place that we want. Let's say we want just this place to show up, and we don't want all other parts. That is what crop mean. You just click on OK, and don't forget, also observe that there are different kinds of cropping options here. The thing that the main difference is that when you select this, that means you are selecting a particular dimension of your crop. Let me select this, for instance. Let me try to close this and click on crop again. When you select, why is it not working? Oh, it's not working. I don't know why. It's not working. Okay, this one worked. What about this? Let me bring it back. I don't know why it's not working. It's supposed to change. It's supposed to change like this. I don't know why it's not working. So that is, it's a static one. Just a, you can change. That means you can change it to. If you discover that the moment I click on this dimension that is changed to, which one? Shade 2 plus. Okay, this one. It cannot be. It cannot be reduced or enlarged. It cannot be reduced or enlarged. As in, it can be enlarged and reduced, but we cannot. It's only taking this shape, not changing. Even if you are making it smaller or bigger, you see it's only taking that shape. But let's say I close it and reopen it, I can edit, I can crop it to whatsoever dimension that I want. You see that? I can choose to click it, drag it from here. I can choose to drag it from here and to make it fit where I want it to fit. You see that? But if the moment you click on any options here, assuming all these other ones are working, I don't know why. If you click here, you discover that the option here disappeared. It disappeared, so you don't have options to make it drag it from the middle or from the top. Okay, so it is boom. Okay, I think I know why. Now it is locked. Now it is locked. If you click on this, it will be locked, so nothing will happen. But the moment you click on this lock button, it will be unlocked. Then you can resize it again to whatever thing you want. So for this example, what we want to do is to carve out this small area of the shape and make use of it. Boom. You see that? That is crop for you. Same thing, you can use the same thing on your images, on your pictures. You can crop out a particular place in your picture. Let's say I don't want most of this region. I don't want most of this region or this ones. Okay, let me check the time. Oh, it's taking too much. Oh, maybe I have to. Okay, let's just go. If I click on crop again, I can can crop it out. The places that I don't want, I can crop it out, and boom. Just remember to click on OK. That's that about cropping. The next thing we have here is to copy. For instance, if I want to make a copy of this, actually it's actually duplicating. If you want to do what I want to do now, if you want to do it on the system, is duplicate, not copy. Copy means you just have it on your clipboard, but if you click on this copy, it will make a copy of this particular image for you. Let's click on that. Did you see that? You make that copy for you. If I click on this one and click on copy, same thing will happen. It will just make a copy of this of any of the image or element for you. Same thing applies to text to make the copy for you. Next thing we have is this front. For instance, you can see this thing is covering my image. Let me bring the image back. Let me try to delete this. So what's this? Try to delete this as well. You can discover that this triangle is covering my face. If I don't want it to cover my face, I don't want to cover, for example, my mouth. I want my mouth to come out. At least I want this picture to be on top of this particular triangle. What I will do is just that I'll click on my image and I'll click on to front. You see that? Click on my image and click on to front. And if I still have the same thing, instead of clicking on to front, I can decide to click here, click on the image, this triangle, and click on to back. But the implication is that the moment you click anything, you click and you click on to back, we go to the very back of everything you have on this your designing space. For instance, we have this, and we have this. Now I want my image to go at the back of this semicircle. If I click on my image and click on to back, it will automatically go to the back of this triangle as well. But I can, instead of doing that, I can just click on this semicircle and click on to front, and it will come to the front. My image is still on this semicircle, but let's say I want to bring this semicircle back to to the back of my image. If I want to take it back to I want to take it back to to the back of my image. Forget me, I'm not a grammarian. Okay, so if I click on the image, what I'm supposed to do is to click on my image, my picture here, and click on to front. But if I didn't do that and I click on this semicircle and I click on to back, it will automatically take this semicircle to the back of everything I have on this designing space. Boom, you see that, everything. So that is back and front for you. The next option we have here is the position. For instance, where do I want this my image to be? I can try to move it. If, for instance, if I don't want to click on the image and drag it, if I don't want to drag the image, I can click on that, or I can click on my image and just adjust this movement. I can, from 1 to 20. The moment I put it at 20, you see, discover that the rate at which this image will move will be very high. Now check this out. You see, it's very high. But if I reduce it back to 1, for instance, and try to move it, it will be moving as if it is a snail. It will be using snail movements. Uh, you know, you know what I'm trying to say, right? So if you want to go very high, if you're going very high, that means you want to move very like um you want to move the image in a longer position. But if you reduce it, you can reduce it to anything you want. Okay, that is that. Same thing, you can use it on anything you have here. Then we have relative position. Relative position has to do with, if you, for instance, if I want to put this my image at the center of this design, I may not know where the center is. Now I'm trying to figure out where the center is. I think this is the center, but relative position will tell me exactly where the center is. What do I need to do? Just to click on my image, then come to relative position, click on this one. That means this particular button is showing you that it is going to be on a setup from left to right. From left to right, you see that it moved from left to right. Then this one is showing me that it's going to be going to be in the middle from bottom to top. Boom. Let me do something crazy. Let me place the image here and come back to relative position. If I want to bring it at the very middle from left to right, I'll just click here. You see, from left to right, that's middle. From let's say from bottom to top, what will I do? Just click here again. Boom. So my picture now is at the very center of this designing space. Another thing we have here is that if I want my picture to go to the extreme end of the design, let's say I want it to go to the left of the design space and I want it to go to the extreme end, I can simply come here and start clicking it. You see, but if I'm clicking it, I won't know when it has reached the extreme end of this design. I won't know, because it will not stop clicking. It will be, you can see it will continue going. But if I, on the other hand, if I click on the relative position here, let's say it's still in the middle, and I click here the left button, it will not, it will just be at the very end of the design. Okay, at the very end. Let's click on that and see. Boom. Same thing if I want to go to the right. Boom. You see that? Left, right, left, right. What about if I want to go up to top and bottom, top and bottom, top and bottom? That is relative position. I want it to go to the extreme end, to the extreme bottom, let's say to the extreme top, left, and I can make it center, left to left to right, center, bottom to top. Then we have relative size. This is when you want to make this thing, maybe you want to resize it. You can simply come here and start dragging it. Can come here and start dragging it. But you let's say you are going for a particular size, and you want, if you want to maintain the size of you want this image to maintain the same size with this particular triangle. You can't do that by just trying to drag it with your hand. No, all you need to do is just to come to relative size here, click on relative size, and try to, this is the width and this is the height of the picture. Normally, if I want to if I let's say I want to work on the width of this design. If I'm This is what I want to explain. You can tell that here it says maintain ratio. That means the moment you are trying to increase the width, the height will also be increasing. That's why it is enabled. But let's say let me show you what I'm saying. If you are increasing it, you can see the width is also I'm trying to increase the width, but the height is also increasing. But the moment I enable it and I come back to width, you can see nothing is happening to the height. Nothing is happening to the height, and that is very, very useful. For instance, if I want this particular image to maintain a particular ratio, let's say I want it to be 40, you can also put this one at 40, and you can come here as well and make this in 40 by 40. Come here, 40, sorry, 40 and 40. Now if you try to measure these two images, now you discover that they have almost the same relative size. Okay. All right, that being said, let's go to the next option here. The next option here is color. Now, one thing I want you to know is that anytime you want to apply color, you can apply color to this image. Let me show you. Poof, it will turn red. But that is not where we're going. So anytime you want to apply color, you need to first of all enable the color option here. Okay. If you are not seeing it, that means you have not enabled it. You need to enable the color option. So let's go back. Let's go and enable it. And the default color is always red. Anytime you enable it, even if this one, if I enable color for this one, it will turn to red. Same thing applied to the image. If you enable the color, it will turn to red. Okay, so after turning to red, then you can start choosing which color you want. You can go for gradient. Gradient means two colors. Changing from two, you can have more than, let's say, two colors. You can have two colors. Go for gradient, and you can go for color. I love going for color. You can choose add your color, and if you are not if you can't find any color you want here, you can always click on this plus button. Why is it not clicking now? I don't know why it's not clicking. Okay, that means I was clicking the wrong place. So click on this plus button, and you can just come to this color wheel and start dragging where you want your color to be. and any changes you are making will always be appearing here. You can choose which color you want. Me, I like kind of a deep red, mm, something like that. Let me drag this one. You can always change anything you want from here. Okay, pick the color and try to adjust it to your taste. Then I'll click OK. That's the color. All right. Then for transparency, I explained this when I was working with text in our last videos, one of our videos. So, but let me just go over it quickly. Transparency is how deep you want it to be. Sorry, I clicked on okay, texture before transparency. Texture, for instance, let's say this one is texture is very good when you're dealing with texts. I never like using it when dealing with what's it called, when dealing with objects. I love using it when dealing with what's it called now, with text. Okay, I love using when dealing with text. Texture, let's see what will happen. I think I've showed you before. Okay, let me just choose one big. Okay, yeah. That's texture. Same thing. It works the same way. Click on texture, and I can add image to my text. I can add image to my text. Poof. You see that? Did you see that? That is texture for you. But something is wrong here. It's repeating itself. Maintain ratio. Okay. It repeated itself, which is supposed not to have done. So I can just click on maintain ratio. I want it to be 1. No repeating. No repeating. So let me show you one of the design that I saw. I have to save it because I loved it. I saw a video on Facebook, a design on Facebook on where texture was used on text. I so much love it. Yes, here you see that, save the date. You see how texture was being used here. So this is one of the ways to use texture in your design. All right, so how many minutes do we have? Oh, this is 28 minutes, and I promise that my videos will not be long. Please just stay with me, okay? I want to ensure that I finish everything here before going further. So we have texture. I've been able to explain texture. Then opacity, I want to reduce the transparency. We call it transparency actually. How like faint you want it to be. You want this picture to faint into your design. You have to work with your opacity. You can see I want the background to disappear a little bit. That's opacity. Color filter, when you're working with images, these pictures, that's when to use color filter. Color filter. That's color filter. Trying to rush now because of my time. Now stroke is used, I think in our videos when we're talking about text, I show you how to use stroke, and I'm going to do that now again very quickly. But stroke is used to add what we call outline to on the system. We call it outline. So that is stroke outline to your design. That is stroke. You can add stroke to your images as well, and you can add to your images. Just click here and try to adjust the stroke width. You can apply it um to your shapes as well. You can apply it to your shapes. Just you can change the color to anything you want. You can even come here if you don't like the color. The same thing we did. You can come here, pick the color you want, click OK, and increase or decrease the stroke width. And the next thing we have there is eraser. For instance, I can decide to erase some part of this design if I don't want. I'm going to show you when best to use eraser in your design. Don't worry, just stick with me. So I can decide, for instance, I want to erase some part of my design. I can decide to erase this place. When dealing with our actual design in this series, I'm going to be showing you how to best use erasers. But just for now, just go ahead and start practicing. Do what I did here, and should be good to go. Don't mind me. Just trying to do something really quick. Boom. I've cropped out the background. Then click OK. And let me remove the stroke. Boof. That is eraser for you. And marks. Normally, marks and eraser works very well together. And that is when you want to do something like, let me show you. When you want to do something like this, let me try to find it. Don't know if I can see it. Where Facebook. Okay, if you want to do something like this image in a cycle and a head is coming out, that is when we use this eraser and the marks tool. That's when we use the eraser and the marks tool. But don't worry, I'm going to show you. You can see the moment I click on marks, some places disappeared. See that? Did you see that? So, but don't worry, I'm going to show you. But that is marks, and that is why we use where to use them, to use it, how to use it. And the next one we have here is I'm rushing now, please. Just bear with me. The next one we have there is rotate. You know how to, oh, I've skipped one. This erase, let me try to bring an image from my gallery, and I'm going to show you something really quick. For instance, if you are dealing with an image that have, for instance, this one background image, that the image only has only one background, and you want to remove it, instead of going to remove it with your, let's say you go to remove.bg to remove it online. For instance, if you don't have data, I've tried to do, I did one recently. I didn't have data. It was so bad. I didn't have data, and I wanted to deliver the design as quick as possible. And what I did is just to, I clicked, and fortunately the image had only one background color. That means the background is not mixed. So all you need to do is just to click on the image and come here and click on erase. Look at what happened. Click on enable. Discover that my picture, my image, my picture here, the mouth is affected. But don't worry. Okay, all you need to do just to come here, come to this place. Okay, this like pencil icon, click on it, and now drag this to anywhere, any color you want to remove from this picture. In my case, if I try to bring it here, it will remove anything that has to do with my clothes here. But if I drag it to the background, you see I drag it to the background and I'll click on OK here, you see what will happen. Boom, it remove any color that related to that background from my picture. Now it seems like it look like I've cropped it. Okay, you see that it looked like I cropped it. But there's another trick that you can, another thing you can see here is that some part of my face is being cut out. So what you can do is to come here, come to this place and click on this tolerance. Try to reduce it. If you try to add to it, you see what happen. So try to reduce it to something, let's say one. Let's say one. Okay. Don't know why let's say one. Wow, you see, cropping is done. But you can still see that there are traces of the background color in on my hair. So all you need to do is just to come to smoothness, smooth edge, and add to it smooth edge. You want the, for instance, if you want the edge to be smooth, now I've over drag it, so I have to reduce it to something very cool, like 5. Boom. Now without using any tool, only sticking with PixelLab, I've been able to crop this image out. You see that? Did you see that? Shit. I've been able to crop this image out. That is what this image, this erase color. There are tons of other ways to use this erase color, but on image, that's how to use it. Rotate, you know what rotate is now. I don't need to explain that. Then we have 3D rotate. For instance, if you want this person to be facing this place, this side, instead of facing left, you want it to be facing right. All you need to do is to drag from the y-axis. You see that? If you drag from the x-axis, it should be from bottom to top. That is what's it called? 3D rotate for you. Then 3D shape. This is not a 3D shape. It's not a 3D shape, but let me go back to that 3D rotate and bring it back to, let's say, 0, and this one back to 0 as well. Well, you can see what happened immediately. There's a 3D effect on my picture. 3D effect. But as parents, I can't explain that in this video, but it's basically used to align image on, let's say I want to align this image on this text. Let me try to remove this first. Yes. Go back to past parents. Perspective, sorry, I said past parent. No, before that, let me make this text 3D. And make it 3D, and make it. Let me try to rotate it to voila. Now transparent, this is just a simple way to use transparent. Why am I saying transparent? Perspective. So click here. If you've seen billboard before, this is normally used for billboards. Click on no. Why? Perspective. Okay. It's used on billboards, but we don't have a billboard here and I don't have time to show you. Okay. Don't worry, I'll show you a later video how to use perspective. Next thing we have there is we have shadow. I think I've shown you how to apply shadow already. I apply shadow here. Can apply shadow. Let me apply shadow to this one. Okay, apply shadow. Can change the shadow color to red. Can change it to any color, to white, black, or any color. Let's say red. And that's all. The offset, how you want it, where you want it to go. Offset X and offset B. That's shadow. Then we have inner shadow. I love inner shadow when dealing with with text. Let me add a new text and let me make it bigger, and let's go to inner shadow. Now if you click on inner shadow, see what will happen. Oh, let me make it bigger. I love using inner shadow when working with text. Okay. It's just the same application. That's why I'm using it instead of going there directly. Look at what will happen. If you click on shadow directly, shadow will just add shadow to the text. Let me say we need white, and for inner shadow, boom. Let's try to increase that and make it red or green. Just trying to lay my hands on many things here. So that is inner shadow for you. You want the shadow to be in instead of being outside. Then last thing we have here is emboss. I think I showed you how to use emboss on text. On text, for instance, let's go to text and click on emboss. Oh. Okay, let me show you. Because of our time, let me just show you one of my design that I use embossed and show you how it look. Now look at this particular jam CBT, you discover is not normally. If you have, let me duplicate it now. This is normal. Yes, this is normal text. Normal text. You see, it has a smooth edge, very smooth edge. But the moment I apply emboss, look at what happened. It's like a bottle surface area. I don't know how to better say it, please. Okay, if you know how to say it better, please let me know in the comment section. But that is embossment for you. And deal with embossment. The last thing. Okay, that's the last thing we have. Oh, we are 45 minutes, 46 minutes already. Wow. If you have watched this video to this very point, that means you really want to learn about um PixelLab, and that gives me a lot of joy. That means my labor, my effort to make this to make you succeed using PixelLab is not a waste. I really appreciate you for being here with me, and I want you to do something right away. I want you to go ahead if you haven't subscribed yet, because when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it will give me more fuel to continue making content like this free for you. So I want you to go ahead, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on to the notification bell, and don't forget to also give it a thumbs up if you have learned something new and something valuable in this particular video. I want you to give me a thumb up, and share with a friend. If you know somebody that wants to learn, really want to learn and be able to create stunning design from with just with the PixelLab app, I want you to go ahead and share with that person. And like to see you in my next videos. See you. Oh, bye for now. Thank you. God bless you.